I shall make Nilfgaard great again!
Nilfgaard was ruled by the Emreis family for generations, until at one point a Nilfgaardian duke had enough. Nilfgaardian politics are worse than most other kingdoms. If an emperor makes a mistake in Nilfgaard, the chances are high that he'll be dead soon and a new emperor will take his place. This was the case with Fergus var Emreis. Even though, under his rule, Nilfgaard conquered Etolia, Vicovaro and Gemera, he was considered weak by some nobility, which led to some problems. Around 1236-1235, when the Usurper managed to get enough support, he took over the throne of Nilfgaard.
Too long have we tolerated weak, sniveling emperors.
He imprisoned Fergus var Emreis and had him tortured to force him to acknowledge the Usurper as the rightful ruler of Nilfgaard. After a long time of being tortured in various ways, he would not cave in. One of the last attempts the Usurper made was with the help of a mage, called Brathens. He had the mage transform Fergus' only son into a human hedgehog. The reasoning behind why he changed him to a hedgehog has to do with the word Emir, which means hedgehog in Nilfgaardian. Fergus still did not break, and the Usurper, seeing it as a lost cause, had him executed. His son, Emir, was banished, and the hounds were set upon him on his way out of Nilfgaard. Luckily for him, he managed to hide with the help of Ardal ap Dahi. During his reign as Emperor of Nilfgaard, the Usurper continued the conquest up north. He conquered Ebbing, Macht, Metna, Nazir, Geso and Magturga. To visualize it, here is Nilfgaard before he became Emperor. And here is Nilfgaard at the end of his reign. As is kind of common practice at the start of his rule, the Usurper proclaimed amnesty concerning everyone sentenced by his predecessor, only excluding those of high treason, like Visigota of Corvo. Besides the amnesty, at some point he decided that the cults of the Great Sun should lose the rights they had obtained during the rule of the Emreis family, because they were still loyal to the Emreis family. The Usurper was a tough ruler and wanted to make Nilfgaard the greatest empire there ever was, and to have his dynasty last over 1,000 years to come after his death. The first part seems to have worked out, as far as we know at this moment. The second part, however, less so. In the years leading up to 1257, the Emperor didn't pay too much attention to small details while he was conquering the kingdoms to the north. Most importantly, he seemed to have forgotten about Emir. The curse placed upon Emir by Brathens didn't work properly, because between midnight and dawn he would look like his normal self again. With the help of an astrologer called Xarthisius, he was sent to the north to go beyond the Monadal steppes, which lead into Sintra, and to look there to cure his curse. After many years, and saving the king of Sintra, Rugner of Ebbing, and claimed that which he had but does not yet know, he finally got rid of his curse with the help of Geralt of Rivia. After staying in Sintra for some years, while still having contact with some allies in Nilfgaard, he decided to go back, to take back his throne. With the help of Ardal ap Dahi and his soldiers, along with Vilgefortz, he took back the throne from the Usurper, who was killed while they stormed the palace. Besides killing the Usurper, Emir also had the mage that turned him into a hedgehog be burned alive, since his name Brathens sounds something like the Nilfgaardian word for fried. After Emir had convinced the nobility that he was the rightful emperor, he had his ballroom paved with the graves of all his political enemies, earning him the nickname, the White Flame dancing on the barrows of his foes. However, Emir was not yet done with the usurper, even though he was already dead. He ordered all of his scribes to wipe the usurper's true name from the imperial archives, all books and all libraries, which proved very difficult, because after Emir's reign, Morvran Vorhis was still continuing his work. Emir wants to have the usurper being forgotten and never be talked about again. And this was a success, because the true name of the usurper is not known, and most likely never will be.
My dynasty will reign for 1,000 years and longer.
It's not known, however, if the usurper had a son or daughter. Because he wants to have his dynasty, there's never any talk about him having a son or a child. So it could be possible that he has a child that somehow managed to escape or survive. However, he could have no children, and this should be some rambling, so you can just ignore this part. That was it for the Emperor of Nilfgaard that was erased from history. If you want more Witcher lore videos, subscribe and like the video. Till the next video. Bye.